Hey folks, welcome to the office. I just want to show you we actually did finish the copper cove installation. So it looks really good. I'm happy with it. It turned out well. It's very tedious work, but in this video you see how we laid the flashing first, then we did the copper foundation so that the rivets have something to lock into. So hopefully we did a good job. We also scratch coated it to make it look like antique-ish, because this is an 1884 house. So I think it blends in well with the other copper work that we have. So the video is peppered with first of all it's fast forward, then it's peppered with chit chat in various segments of planned and unplanned events. We have material falling off the roof. Actually have a Happy Father's Day comment as well, things of that nature. So it's all in there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we do appreciate you. Thank you. All right, first piece of copper going in. This is the bottom. That's going to help protect it from the rain and stuff. This one's a little tricky, but we're going to get it in there. That I guarantee. It may take a little fight, but we'll get it in there. I'm in sliding it up underneath the shingle. Gotta look out for any nails that are already in there. So there we go. Alright, so we're starting our cove. So we're going to start with a half. Round it over. And that was one of our coves that just went to the to the ground. But the key here is you have to make sure where your nail marks are going to be, because you don't want your nails exposed. So what I did is I created a what they call storyboard. So looking at this, so this is kind of dictating where our storyboard will be. So my next mark is going to be right here. So my nail cove needs to be right here. Alright, so what we're doing is we're creating the bottom. Your bottom wants to be double lapped. So then when we put these shingles on, there's added protection. So we got the second row in. What we're going to do is we're going to put that in. We're going to nail it in. And we're going to pound the seam in place. Everything fits tight, so it looks good. I'm going to put some nails in there. My storyboard. Make sure our nail holes are in the right position. Thankfully that didn't fall down to the ground. I'm just going to verify with a piece of copper. So my next row is going to go there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go over. Make sure we're not going to have any problems with nails. Put another nail right here. And my flat seam again. So now this one we're gonna put in here. what I need to do is that one needs to be bent. So we'll do that measurement. Almost forgot to start recording on this one, but we got our first couple pieces in. So it's just a matter of, this is slow and tedious because you want to put nails in the wrong place. Alright, so today's been a challenge. We got a few pieces up. Just had to get into the routine of things again. I haven't done this in a while, but we're figuring out as we go, just making sure it looks nice and making sure everything's locked in so it's weather tight. Right now, you know, everybody looks at it and they're like, oh man, this looks like crap, hack job, but you know, that's just how copper works, man. It's you know, it's an art, and as we get further into the process, you'll see it change, transform, and it will look really nice. Especially once we put the rivets in, lock everything down, lock everything in tight. Because right now everything's flapping. We got pieces we still have to do. We still have to go up the bottom ridge, get that all in. But as you can see, as I'm going up, I'm locking everything in. On the bottom, locking everything in the sides, so rain has nowhere to go. It's not going in the house, that's for sure. So, well, I'm going to call it a day. We'll work tomorrow. Oh, thanks.
Still working.
Still working.
I'm gonna take a day off out there.
Nah. Tell Pete happy Father's Day as well.
All right, I will.
The last piece to go in. Then we're gonna put an overall cover in there, but man, you know, between your toes and your heel, that muscle, working on this ladder like that and step your toes all day long gets to you after a while. At least for us old dogs. But we'll get through it. We always do. Just a little aggravating, but once we get this in, look nice and pretty, as they say in North Carolina. we're just going to lock that in. All right, folks, we completed the copper cove shingles, but the video I thought was working, but just to glare in the sun, I just couldn't see it at all. And the final piece, which is in, which I put a curved profile, so it looks good. But we'll show you the end result, cleaning it up and everything. I'm gonna get some rubbing alcohol, take the magic marks off, and then we're gonna scratch it up a little bit, get rid of all the dings, which I started. You can either go with this will be a straight down pattern, right? Or we can go with a sideways. I kind of like the sideways pattern. It just looks kind of like it's moving, like a movement. It looks really good. That hides all your little dings and all your scratches and stuff like that. Makes it look a little bit better. Makes it present well. I think it came out really well. I like the rivets, how they touch in and give it that final, look. It looks really good. Looks almost like those old aircraft, but it looks a whole lot better than the wood shingles, for sure. So let me get some rubbing alcohol, get those magic marks off, and we'll go from there. All right, so just give it a good coat of some rubbing alcohol in there, get the magic marks off, clean it up before we get a good coat of clear coat. Clear coat will last a number of years, so I really don't want to climb up on this roof again. That's why I want to get rid of the wood shingles and get this copper shingle look. I think it looks really well. Get all that grime off there. Most important thing is get rid of the magic marks. Got one rivet mark put in there. So I missed a rivet. That's a good thing about cleaning up, you get to look at everything. Make sure you get all the paper towels out of there so you don't paint and lock those in. Gets rid of all the oil, fingerprints, all the stuff that we put in there we don't want in there. Make it look nice and good. A lot of magic marks there. Let that soak in a little bit. We got 2 rivets. I didn't do it. Now what I want to do, release this. My rubbing alcohol in there. And all I'm doing, lightly going over this, like that. Make pattern. And it's just a Scotch-Rite pad. See how that dresses that up really nice? And what I like about that, it makes it look a little old. This is an 1884 house, so you don't want anything on there that looks like brand spanking new. That looks really good. So let me just get those 2 rivets in. Missing 2 rivets right there. Make sure I get all my paper towels out. Get rid of that dust. I'll be ready to put a clear coat on it. Alright. Camera's still on, that's a good sign. Put these rivets in. Second rivet in. Give it a final inspection. Everything looks good. Don't have any missing rivets. Let that dry for a minute. So, I think we're ready for some paint. I'm just going to glob this stuff on. It doesn't really matter. I'll show you why. That's the remainder of that can. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, take my brush and just even things out. Get into all the crevices. Do that first. You want to remove the brush hairs. That doesn't look good. But this stuff kind of dries really quick. That gives it a nice protective coating. that's about it. You don't want really too much work time with that. That looks really good. It's already starting to dry. That looks really good. I like it. Looks really, really good. It's worth the effort, worth the aggravation, worth the sore muscles, and then we'll finish this stuff. The last piece of trim up here, actually we got a couple pieces of trim. One here, the flat piece, and then the crown molding that will go around. But I'm happy. I think it worked out really well. Thanks for watching.